Today we got a video from Midwest Crime, and the title of the video is Retired State Troopers Domestic Call Turns Deadly.
Show me your hands now! Okay. You gotta Larry, show me your hands now! Larry, show me your hands.
It's June 2nd, 2025, and officers have been dispatched to a domestic disturbance on the 600 block of Stearns Avenue in Paynesville, Minnesota. The caller reported that her husband, a retired state trooper, had assaulted her inside their home. She claimed he had been drinking, punched her in the face, and threatened her with a gun. The woman told dispatch that she was upstairs while her husband had gone down to the basement. She eventually locked herself in the bathroom and was waiting for officers to arrive.
Hands ready?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Worst case, we actually
We're just make announcements.
Larry, Sheriff's Office, you're under arrest. Make yourself known.
Announcements at the basement door.
Larry, Stearns County Sheriff's Office, you're under arrest. Come out now. Somebody want to put on the radio. We're not getting any response.
Second round of announcements up to the top of the basement stairs. No response.
Larry, Stearns County Sheriff's Office, you're under arrest. Make yourself known now. Got go, Cal. We got
Get off the radio. I'm getting bonked.
Somebody want to put out? We got it.
Jesus. I'm trying.
We got Sam blocked. Larry, Stearns County Sheriff's Office, you're under arrest. Come out.
Contact in the basement.
Get up tight with this. Be ready.
Show me your hands, Larry. Larry, show me your hands. Put.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, he had to do them how they do them on the block. You see how he had it? You see how he had it? He wasn't like this. He was like this. Yo, boy. He been working the projects a little bit too long, boy. Yeah, he probably spent a lot of time in his career working the projects, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he shot it from the side. Nah, that's crazy.
Get up tight with this. Be ready.
Show me your hands, Larry. Larry, show me your hands. Put.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Are you okay, Paul?
Yeah.
Had to send him up through there.
He ran back.
Shots fired. He's got a gun in his hand. You're going back to the basement.
Shots fired back.
Shots coming out the stairwell from the basement.
He's out of his hand. He's out of his hands. Larry, show me your hands now. Larry, show me your hands.
He's keeled over. Gun. I see the gun.
You
He
got
doesn't
it?
have it.
Okay, ready?
We have pepper ball.
Where? Hold on.
He's face down, like in a kneeling position. I see his left
Is
hand.
he cooperating?
No, Larry, show us your hands now.
Hands out.
He is on his knees in the basement. No gun in his hand. Is he cooperating?
He's not doing anything. Larry, show me your hands. Larry, show me your hands now.
Show us your hands, Larry.
Where's that coming from?
He's right behind the door.
He's right. Okay. I can see like the first.
Gun is left.
You got like breathing status or anything?
You good, Paul?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
No movement.
No, Larry, show us your hands now.
Somebody take the shield from Paul. Just do a check on Paul. Come here. I know. That's why I double check.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Here, I'm with you.
I got blood on the floor next to him.
Yeah.
Larry, show me your hands. I can't see his right hand. Nothing in his left.
I got nothing coming out.
No, I saw him pull up and I took it back. No, I appreciate it.
Larry,
I saw him.
you're under
I saw him raise
arrest. Show me your hands.
Clear swipe. Nope, no problem.
There was just one shot from the basement, correct?
One shot from the basement. Yep. Larry, show me your hands. You're under arrest. He's moving.
Movement to the head.
I don't see anything, Paul.
Thank you.
No hand movement.
Larry has some movement in the basement. We just heard one shot from the basement.
Larry, this is the sheriff's office. You're under arrest. Show me your hands.
Okay, do we want a slow approach on him to give first aid?
Yep.
Can you see the gun at all, Cole?
I cannot see the gun.
The gun is just down the steps, right to the right of the white rag.
Okay, so is it near him or no?
Within 2 feet.
Okay.
I see the grip of the gun.
Okay. You want a slow
It
approach?
is pointed towards the steps.
We got a render aid here, so someone slow approach.
You got.
I'll get on the radio.
Okay.
We're going to move downstairs.
I'm with you.
I see it again. I got a visual on it.
Okay, I'm gonna go top right
Yep.
if something happens.
Larry, show me your hands.
Larry, do not move. You're
Larry, do
under
not
arrest.
move.
I got you.
You know me?
I got you.
Larry, do not move.
Larry, don't move.
Do not move. Show me your hands.
Get down there. Step on it. Okay. Larry, show me.
Larry, show me your hands.
Don't put it on my.
Don't put them on top of it.
Okay, check.
I got the gun.
Okay, check. Get cuffs. Okay. We cuffs. I got cuffs. I'm covering him. Get cuffs on. Take him in cuffs too. Push stuff out of the way. Okay.
Okay, what do we got for injuries on him?
Okay, we gotta get him.
We gotta get him
assess.
over here.
We gotta assess.
Yep.
Okay. Get him out of the way. I'm gonna hold everything else.
I'm getting out of gloves. Hold on.
Colt, move that. Move that back.
I'm on top of the gun right here.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't you step back with that? Your foot's on.
Gunshot wound to the head.
So medics are clear to approach, correct?
They're moving up.
Stepping back to the gun.
Okay.
Damn, he got him together. Headshot, boy. Headshot, boy. It's that one wound to the head. Oh boy, knock. Damn. Yeah, man. See, this is a sad situation. You know why? Because it happens, right? It domestic happens. It's very common in guys who have dealt with law enforcement, guys and girls, both ways. It is common. Divorce rates is high, domestics is high in those job fields and stuff like that. Alcohol abuse, drug abuse, all that stuff is high. And, you know, people really don't talk about it, but it is a problem. It's a problem. And just looking at the marks that, you know, he left on his lady and stuff like that, I mean, it's just, it's sad. You know, nobody should have to go through that. You know, like, it's so important to have outside activities going on in your life and having friends outside of law enforcement, you know, and just be as normal as possible when you dealing with that job. Now he's retired and stuff like that or whatever, but you know, who knows, you know, working that career for a long time or whatever, just working around, everyone's miserable. It's a thankless job. You know, it's just, it is what it is. You're getting scrutinized from every which way. And, you know, people turn to alcohol, people turn to drugs and things of that nature. And they're so used to being in control in their job field that they come home and they bring home that control at home, where it's like, come on, you know. That's why, like, when I first started, when I was in corrections, you know, I didn't drink. I had one drink when I was like 18, and then 18, 18. I had like one drink when I was 18, and then on my 20, when I turned 21 or whatever, obviously I had another drink or whatever, right? 21, you know, but I was never really a big drinker. And then I got into corrections, and you know, I didn't grow up with money. My parents didn't have money and stuff like that, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm 21 years old, making crazy money. Overtime, I got a big boy job. It's over. Like, you could write your own check. You know, it was lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I want my next check to have 2,000, 3,000 in it, I just gotta work my butt off. But whatever, right? So I'm making some money. I'm doing good for myself. Like, got my own place and everything. Like, it's like, okay. And at that age, in dealing with what you're dealing with, and you have friends in those fields, the only thing to do is to go to the bar, go to the club. That's it. Like, that's what everybody wants to do, you know? Because at that time, I still had, at that age, my friends were still in college. So it's like, they wasn't making no money, so they can't go out. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And, you know, you start to hang with your coworkers and stuff like that, and all they doing is going out and drinking every night, you know, working doubles, going out drinking. So then I started to drink more and more and more. And, you know, but yeah, so, but now, you know, now that I'm not in that field, I'm not blaming it on the field, but it's just when you're around that, you know, it's just, that's what everybody wants to do, you know? So now being older or whatever, I mean, I only drink if I'm going on like vacation or something like that or whatever. Like I got a whole liquor thing in my living room, and I don't even touch it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even touch it. You know, I got a whole wine refrigerator and everything, wine, champagnes and everything. You know, the only time I'll drink some wine, you know, if I have a lady friend over, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get the, you know how Shy do it. You know how I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Get the candles ready. You know, I got the candles. Get the candles ready. You know what I'm saying? Got the little wine. You know what I'm saying? What you like? Red, white, you know? Sweet, unsweet, you know what I'm saying? You know, get the little cootery board. Oh yeah, you'll know. Okay, you'll know how I do it. All right. But anyways, long story short though, it's just very important when you're working in those fields and stuff like that for people to have friends that's outside of that. You know, friends that's outside of that, that's doing other things. Maybe you into basketball or sports or you events. If you're a girl, you know, whatever girls like, shopping and all that type of stuff, whatever, you know, but just don't get roped up. And you see it in a lot of other fields too, like as far as nursing and all of that, like they have drinking problems too. You know, they making good money, they doing what they gotta do, you know, and you see it a lot in those fields. Divorce rates is high, cheating, all of that, you know. But anyway, that was my little rant, man. We gonna get back to it, man. But yeah, sad situation, man.
Medical update. They're moving up.
Yeah, they can come in.
What's the medical update?
Head, I believe.
Okay. We can uncuff him. We can, if he's unresponsive, we do like to.
I believe that I have not been sure yet.
Get cuffs off. Negative.
We have suspect down, no pulse. We'll be starting CPR here shortly. 1 gunshot wound to the head.
Anybody got an extra pair of gloves?
I do not. I do.
So we got gloves I can throw down?
I got one pair.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm gonna back out. Okay. And I'm backing out.
I got a sucking chest wound here.
Somebody go with him.
So we got a chest seal. I got one.
I got chest seal. Somebody start compression.
Oh, you got it or you want me to? I don't have a long gun, so.
The suspect was later identified as 80-year-old Larry Dale Alstead. During the confrontation, he suffered multiple gunshot wounds, and medics rushed to the scene to try and save him.
Our medics clear to come in.
Yeah, they can come in. You guys want this on there?
What? Yeah, come down here.
You can get medics.
Hey, chest seal on.
Yep, I'm grabbing it.
I'm back. Have somebody leave medics in.
Let me know.
Okay, don't. Yep.
One radio CPR started.
We're on team. CPR in progress.
What do you all need there?
We had a chest seal.
Yep, it's coming.
For sure, we might have one to the head. I'm not sure.
Here. Just to protect. Yep.
All right. Yep. Ready?
You keep on compressions if you're good.
You want to run to our truck and get the Lucas?
I'm right behind you. Okay.
Chest seal's on. I don't know what's in the back.
I'm coming in. I want to be over by you, please.
Okay. Chest seal.
You're good. Just scooch back a little bit.
Just get an eye out right away.
Good. We'll throw defib pads on. See what we got here.
Is the chest seal working or is it leaking?
Can you go in that?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Yep.
Open that up.
Big pocket, little pocket.
Open that big one.
Okay.
Okay. I got no other injuries, looks like.
Need another towel, AJ, for the chest seal.
So yeah, you got another chest seal.
Oh, I thought you have one.
It'd be in this bag if I got one.
You just swap in a minute. You have one bullet to the chest, not to the head, though. That's
We're
what
not sure.
it's looking like, but we're not positive yet.
How are you doing on compressions?
I'll take a switch out here pretty quick.
Anybody ready? Give me medical gloves. I can do it.
I can get it.
The medical examiner determined that Alstead died at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the torso. As the investigation continued, a troubling history between the couple began to surface. According to statements given to investigators, there had been previous incidents of domestic violence over the years, including an earlier incident where officers had to physically struggle with Alstead in order to disarm him. Alstead, who was 80 years old at the time, had once served as a Minnesota state trooper. But behind closed doors, investigators say the relationship had been marked by years of violence and threats that ultimately led to the deadly confrontation. For exclusive clips and behind-the-scenes...
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Honestly, I wish I could tell you I'm surprised, but I'm not. Okay, when you're in that field, it's just what it is, man. You know, and you know, shout out to the wife. You know what I mean? She's you know, she held up her vows. I ain't gonna lie. Till death do us part. You know, the good, the bad, the this and the that. You know, it's not right. You know, nobody should have to endure that type of abuse. But she did the best that she could because he was probably a good man, you know, when he wasn't under the influence, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure when he was regular, he probably wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But years of, you know, alcohol abuse and stuff like that. I mean, you know, especially when you're retired. When you're retired, you got nothing to do. So what you gonna do? You know, you're so used to going to work, you know, the routine, going to work. Well, you know, when you're younger, you got the kids and everything. It's the routine. You know, you going to work, you come home, you're going to the kids' practices or games, and you got this event, your daughter's in ballerina class or whatever, you know, they doing piano, whatever you got going on, right? They're in the musicals, right? You got things going on. This thing, when you retire and you're older, you know, 80 years old, your kids is grown, they gone, they got their own families. You just home with your lady, you know, or, you know, if you a lady, you just home with your man and nothing going on. It's over with. You know, what you gonna do? You ain't got nothing to do. So what do you how many times you just gonna go out to dinner? So, you know, you going out to dinner maybe, but you at home drinking. Yeah, there's nothing going on. You over there watching your soap operas and Wheel of Fortune or something. You know, it's just like you know, you're in your fourth quarter. So it's like ain't nothing going on. So, and then doing that job for all them years and stuff like that. You know, when you up underneath somebody all the time, y'all gonna start to bicker. You know what I mean? Like it just that's what it is. You're gonna start to bicker, you know. You older, retired, yeah, damn. You up underneath each other all day, every day. Ain't nothing going on. So shit, what you gonna do? Yeah, man, I'm gonna start an argument with her just to spice it up, man. You know, I'll start an argument with her, man. Why you do that? You know, I'm bored today. Let me start an argument, man. You know? But nah, man, that's just sad. You know, probably had a good career, made a good life for himself, but them demons got to him, and you know, them officers had to send him up through there. It is what it is, man. I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video. Those are all free things to do. If you're looking for some paid options, you can send a super thanks, a super sticker, or look in the description section where you will see links to our memberships, YouTube membership, and our Patreon. And I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Thanks for your support.